Threadfree Radio, this is Chiara Nicoletti from the 75th Berlin International Film Festival. I'm with Ethan Hawke, actor in Blue Moon by Richard Linklater, screening in competition.
I remember you saying that Richard, had been wanting to do this film for a long time, but I never really asked you were you so interested in this man's story, and what did this story allow you to explore as an actor, as an artist, as a person?
Well, in a lot of ways, performing is really simple. We're all only as good as our opportunities. You can't excel without a challenging piece of material to try to inhabit, And Linklater gave me this script years ago, more than a decade ago, and it's just been living in the back of my head as this thing I really wanted to try to challenge. I knew it would be really hard, but I found Larry Hart so fascinating. And in many ways, the film is very simple. It's a portrait. It's a portrait of a person. And obviously the person lives in a community and there are others there, but it's a great challenge as an actor to really try to do a portrait of a very complicated human being. And to capture all those elements of somebody who's so sad and so funny and so romantic and so lonely and so many opposites, He's small but big, and opposites are extremely interesting.
Talking about that, I have to say that we were all astonished about the stream of consciousness that he sort of embodied along 100 minutes. So how did you manage to make him so alive?
The movie was very challenging because of exactly what you're talking about, the fact that it happens in real time. And so every moment had to connect to the moment before it. It never stops and starts. It's almost one scene, the whole movie. So that was complex, but a lot of filmmakers, I've never understood this, but they're very nervous and apprehensive about rehearsing. They don't like to rehearse. But Linklater loves to rehearse. So we worked hard on this and developed it, for weeks and weeks before we started filming. So by the time you start filming, you're just so grateful you're not rehearsing anymore. And so it starts to become easy in a way. So he's a very meticulous filmmaker, and he's very interested in constructing the music of language. How when does it go fast? When does it go slow? When is it funny? When is it sad? And how can it always be changing? It's like, so, and as an actor, I'm very interested in that.
I was talking to Richard, and I'm asking you the same thing. Like, Lorenz Hart gives a very interesting advice to Roger Hill, that then became a director, and he says, beware all of stories, friendship stories are the ones enduring. Do you agree? And do you agree also that Blue Moon is a love story, but also a friendship story?
Yeah. It's funny, the history of cinema loves, it worships love stories. But it's very, very difficult, I think, for cinema to tell stories about friendship. Because friendship is slower. It moves at a different pace. And friendship, when it's good, has less drama attached to it, Romance has lots of sparks and ups and downs, and friendship is very subtle and difficult to make into art. And so I love that line. It says, friendship stories are enduring. Because I think a lot of the older people I've met in my life talk about their friendships being so defining. And everybody love stories make such a big noise, but friendship is really important. And what's heartbreaking about this story is that it is a friendship. I mean, the Rodgers and Hart, Rodgers and Hammerstein dynamic is a little heartbreaking.
True. Nobody has ever loved me that much from Casablanca is Lorenz Hart's favorite line. what's your favorite line ever, if you have one, and what's your favorite moment in Blue Moon?
If I had to pick my favorite line in cinema, actually what popped into my mind as you said that was Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He bets everybody that he can rip this sink out and throw it through the window. And they all say he can't do it. And he tries and he can't do it. But then he looks at them all and he says, "At least I tried." And I always loved that line. At least I tried. And okay, my favorite line, there's so many good lines in Blue Moon. And let's see what my favorite one would be. Well, now you've ruined all that's going through my head is friendships. Beware of romance. Friendship is what endures. And being here in Berlin with my fifth movie with Richard Linklater, that line seems poignant.
Grazie. Grazie, Ethan. Thank you so much.
And I would like to thank Ethan Hawke, actor in Blue Moon by Richard Linklater, in competition at the 75th Berlinale, and this is Chiara Nicoletti for Fred, the Festival Insider.